Hi, I'm Michael, and I'm going to take the next 3 minutes to tell you about Statehub and to show you how it works. Statehub is a fully managed stateful application mobility service for Kubernetes. In essence, it allows you to move your stateful applications between your Kubernetes clusters wherever they are in the world, no matter how far they are from one another. They could be in different clouds, different regions, there can be as many of them as you like, and you will not lose a single bit of data in the process. Application mobility is essential to ensure resiliency and business continuity. Your ability to resume your operation immediately when your cloud region fails on a new cluster somewhere else. It also neutralizes vendor lock-in and allows you for operational flexibility so you can run your apps wherever it makes sense to you. For example, save money by moving your operation to a region or a cloud where compute resources are now cheaper. Or move it again to a geographical region that is currently experiencing a spike in demand to improve customer experience. Just as your cluster configuration and container images are available to you from some global service, not bound to any specific location, with Statehub, the same is now true for your application state, the persistent volumes provisioned for your stateful sets, deployments, and pods. Take, for example, these two clusters. One is on AWS US West 1 in California, and another is in Azure West Europe in the Netherlands. Both are brand new clusters. The only thing I've done was to download the Statehub CLI and created a Statehub account. When you sign up for a Statehub account, a default state is created for your clusters. Think of it as a kind of default namespace, but for your application's state. I'll now register my clusters with Statehub. First, the one in AWS in California. Statehub now knows that I have a cluster in AWS in California and will extend my default state to encompass that location. Then I will register the cluster in Azure West Europe, and now the state is stretched to cover that location as well. Now I will deploy a simple stateful set with MySQL. It will create that persistent volume on Statehub on the default state. And that's it, we're done. We've deployed a stateful application that we can move around the world in seconds because all of its persistent volumes are created on Statehub and are replicated in real time between the locations of the state they're in. Of course, many other and more advanced configurations are possible, with multiple states and locations and resiliency levels, all depending on your requirements. So what happens next? Well, if the AWS region goes down or Azure suddenly offers cheaper compute or spot instances, I will simply transfer the ownership of the state over to the Azure cluster and start the application there. It's that simple. It would be like unplugging a thumb drive with the application state from the cluster node in AWS in America and plugging it in 5,000 miles away into a node in Azure in Europe. Oh, and I gotta mention that you only pay Statehub for the storage. No egress fees to the cloud for replicating the data between the different locations. Yep, well, that's Statehub in 3 minutes. Check us out on statehub.io, and I'll see you next time.